Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to our 17th Annual International Women's Day Celebrations 2025. My name is Dina Yarko, and I will be your host for tonight's event. Today, in collaboration with Settlement Services International, we present the 2025 International Women's Day under the theme of Women's Safety, Sense of Belonging and Diversity, focusing on the success stories of refugee women in Australia. This event is sponsored by the Community and Cohesion Support Program. We also would like to extend our heartfelt gratitude to our sponsors and supporters who make this event possible. But of course, before we begin, I would like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land, the Cabrogal clan of the Darug Nation, and pay our respects to elders past and present. Now, can I please ask everyone to stand up for the Australian National Anthem. Thank you. Please be seated. Okay, I'm just going through a few housekeeping. There will be a few housekeeping rules. If I could ask you all to kindly keep these wonderful gadgets on silent, and if you wish to take a phone call, please do so in the foyer. Bathrooms are situated on my left and up the ramp in the back of this room. In case of emergencies, please follow instructions from staff and volunteers. We also have an in-house photographer who will be capturing all these special moments for tonight's event. So if you do not wish to have your photograph taken, please let the photographer know. If you have any questions or queries, please don't hesitate to approach one of the wonderful committee members and volunteers who have committed their time to make today's event a success. Tonight, of course, will not be possible without the ongoing support and commitment of our community members. We acknowledge the contributions and presence of federal and state MPs, councillors and others. Ms Anne Stanley, federal member for Wirrawar, Councillor Emmanuel AJ, Liverpool City Council, Councillor Mr Samir Youssef, Fairfield City Council, Ms Carmen Lazar, IOM Centre Manager, Assyrian Resource Centre, Ms Chu Lee, CEO, Western Sydney MRC, Mrs Nath Brown, and CEO of Metro Assist, Ms Nina Shahi. And all our community organisations, community leaders, media, TV and radio. A special thanks goes to Liverpool Catholic Club for providing us with this great venue, and DJ Milad, who will be looking after our music tonight. I will now ask Dr. Alia to come here on stage and give her welcome speech.
Good evening and welcome everyone. Thank you for attending International Women's Day event today. I begin by acknowledging the traditional custodian of the land we were gathered on today, and I pay my respect to the elders past, present and emerging. As we celebrate International Women's Day 2025 today, we unite under the theme Women's Safety, Sense of Belonging and Diversity. This isn't just a slogan. It's a call to action. Safety is the foundation of equality. Women should feel safe in their homes, workplaces, and communities, free from fear, free from harm. Yet, too many women still face violence and discrimination. 1 in 3 women in Australia experience violence in their lifetime. This must change. We need stronger policies, better education, and the courage to speak out and support one another. Sense of belonging. A society where every woman feels valued. Belonging means more than being present. It means being valued. Every woman deserves to be seen, heard, and respected, no matter what her background is. Inclusion is about removing barriers, not just opening doors. Diversity, it's our strength and our future. Australia is one of the most beautiful countries in the world and is the most diverse nation in the world as well. This diversity should be our greatest strength, not a challenge to overcome. When we embrace differences and we embrace different voices, perspectives, and experiences, then we can unlock innovation, creativity, and the process. Let's work together to build a future where all women feel safe, included, and empowered. Happy International Women's Day, and thank you, everyone.
Can I please now ask Dr. Bushra Al-Obaidi to speak about the Women's Committee and their contributions to the lead up to today's event?
Hi, everybody. Good evening. I'm just like have a little bit of thank you message to the organizers. As we begin our celebration of International Women's Day, I want to take a moment to acknowledge the incredible efforts of the women behind the event decoration and the 3 workshops and the umbrella show. A heartfelt thank you to the Women and Design Committee and Social Committee and its dedicated leader, architect May Jamil. Sorry she's not with us today. She has a family like close in Baghdad. Along with Tanya Jassim, Dr. Alia, Samira Ali, Amal Hamdani, with the help of Nahla Al-Baqqal, Linda Ishaya, Hana Shabo, Azhar Metti, Lamia Salman, for their hard work and commitment. Their efforts were evident even before today's event, particularly in organizing the 3 successful workshops on healthy cooking in nature, which received a wonderful feedback. We will see the film of the workshops. Now, as we come together on our 17th International Women's Day celebration, I want to highlight a truly remarkable contribution, the beautiful umbrella decoration designed this year by May Zuhair Jamil, and its brilliant artistic transformation was carried out with patience and devotion by our talented artist, Amal Hamdani. Amal dedicated an entire month of Ramadan, to complete these breathtaking paintings. You can see the paintings. And she was suffering because it's a plastic thing, not like canvas. She was like every 3-4 days, and she will repeat. She has to repeat the work because it's very difficult to do the painting on the plastic. But she's determined to do that. Finishing them only yesterday. She brought me the 7th one yesterday. Such passion and commitment deserve our deepest appreciation. Once again, thank you, Amal, and May, for your creativity hard work, and unwavering dedication. Your dedication have made the celebration more special. Now, I would like to wholehearted thank you all for I want to thank the male colleagues, not only the women, that have supported us since the establishment of this wonderful organization, the Iraqi Australian University Graduate Forum, which was established in 2008. So 17 years continuously, we're doing International Women's Day every year. My sincere thanks go to Professor Rubai, who is the star of our Muntada. Dr. Natiq, the President, Mr. Hassan Ali, the Treasurer, Mr. Jalil Doman, Mr. Hayyan Nashi, Wadi Shamukh, Laith Sami, and thank you all for listening.
Thank you, Dr. Bushra, for your encouraging words. Can I now please ask the Honourable Mrs. Anne Stanley, Federal Member of Wirrawa, to come up here and give us a few.
Thank you and good evening. I too acknowledge the traditional owners of the land on which we meet tonight and pay my respects to elders past, present and emerging, and acknowledge this was, is and always will be Aboriginal land. This is simply a wonderful event to be invited to and to take part in, and I think I may well have been to almost every one of the 17. We've had lots of different venues, but I think tonight's number of people that have turned up shows just how important this community and the Iraqi University Graduates Forum, the work they've done over the last 17 years to get so many people involved and to ensure that women's voices are recognised and encouraged is something that is really important. Unfortunately, there has already been 15 women who have lost their lives this year at the hands of an intimate partner. That figure is stubbornly the same every year over a considerable amount of time. And although encouraging women and taking our place in the world is very, very important, we also need to make sure that our sons and our husbands are encouraged to support the proper way of behaving, and that we all look at each other as human beings with a right of a voice and a right to do what they need to do, because it's going to take our whole community to change what is going on. And it starts with forums like this, but it needs to continue in every single thing each and every one of us do every day. We need to encourage and support those who are not doing so well and who are not in safe situations. So can I thank the Iraqi Graduates Forum and all the work that the committee has done with this. The umbrellas are just beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. And their message is clever and subtle and perfect. So congratulations on your work. Having been involved and being invited so often, it is my great pleasure to let everybody know that I have secured an election commitment for the Iraqi Graduates Forum of $10,000 to support their work and to make it just that little bit easier to put on functions like this, to support the volunteers, with everything you do. You not only do this Women's Day event, but you also encourage our young people to succeed with the Australia Day event, which makes sure that people who've come from quite different circumstances in their educational ability, but when they get to the end they have such fantastic results, are encouraged and are supported. So I'm really pleased that I've been able to work towards getting that money for you. But more importantly, can I thank all the volunteers, because events like this didn't start being organised yesterday. It has been months in the planning, every waking hour. So thank you so much, Dr. Bushra and her committee, for all you do. Have a wonderful night.
Thank you, and for your ongoing support and your encouraging words. Can I now please ask Mr. Samir Yusuf, Councillor, Fairfield City Council, to come up here and say a few words.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. At the beginning, I would like to say, on behalf of Mayor of Fairfield, Mr. Carboni, which he couldn't make it to this evening to be here with you prior to other commitments, I want to offer a heartfelt congratulations to all women in Australia and worldwide on International Women's Day. You are the essence of life, a source of inspiration, power, and grace in our world. Greetings to you, esteemed women, and greetings to you who bring significance and value to life as we know it. Happy International Women's Day. بالنيابة عن محافظ مدينة فيرفيلد الأستاذ فرانك كاربوني وباسمي شخصيا أود أن أتقدم بأحر التهاني لجميع نساء أستراليا والعالم بمناسبة اليوم العالمي للمرأة. أنتن جوهر الحياة، مصدر إلهام وقوة وجمال في عالمنا. في كل يوم تظهرن القوة وتجسدن أدوار الأمهات والأخوات والشركات. المرأة هي رمز الحكمة والقيادة والنجاح والرحمة، هي أساس مجتمعنا ووطننا. أود أن نشكر جميع نساء فيرفيلد على مساهمتهن القيمة في بناء مجتمعنا. تحياتي لكن أيتها النساء الفاضلات، وتحية لكن من تضيفن على الحياة كما نعرفها معنى وقيمة. شكرا لمنتدى الجامعيين على دعوتنا ومشاركتنا إياكم.
Thank you so much, Mr. Samir, for your words and your ongoing support. The following short video portrays a number of paintings that represents women's sorrows. An artistic piece was commissioned by Amal Al-Hamdani, and it will just play now, and it will.
شجون امرأة A woman's sorrow. قبل الهجرة من رحم هذه الحياة امرأة تولد بأغلال مجتمع يلغي نصفه الآخر. Before migrating from the womb of life, a woman is born with the shackles of society, dismissing its other half. وطأت معاناة الهجرة والحنين لذكريات الوطن. The agony of migration, accompanied by the nostalgic memories of her homeland. بعد التأقلم والاستقرار تتفجر الحياة مفعمة بالأمل والحرية نحو غد أفضل مزهر بالإبداع. After acculturating, life blooms with freedom and hope for a better tomorrow blossomed with creativity and inspiration. تحقق الحلم وتربعت على عرش الحياة وتوجت ملكة في عالمها الجديد. The dream came true and was not so far from reach. On the throne of life, she finally resided, crowned the new queen of her new world. رحلة من الوطن الأم إلى الوطن البديل. كل عام وأنت أقوى من كل التحديات. كل عام وأنت وطن للجميع. A journey from one's homeland to a new home. May every year find you stronger than all challenges. May your heart that is filled with love be a home for all.
We will now move to the next segment of our program, another short film that contains interviews and footage from the workshops that our committee members organised in the past 3 months. This video highlights the efforts by all who participated. A little bit of an introduction into the videos. The Women's Committee of the Iraqi Australian University Graduates Forum organised 3 Healthy Diet in Nature workshops as part of the lead up to the International Women's Day 2025 festival. These activities were carried out by the green team, yellow team and orange team. You'll know what that means when you watch the video. The workshops took place outdoors and began with a seminar on healthy lifestyles and nutrition, with a special focus on diabetic patients. The seminar was presented by Dr. Alia Al-Alousi, a family physician based in southwestern Sydney. Following the seminar, Dr. Alia and assisted by her team, demonstrated the preparation of healthy meals in front of the attendees. The meals were then shared among participants in a warm and friendly atmosphere. The second part of the event featured an engaging Q&A session on healthy living, where participants received small green-themed gifts for correct answers. Additionally, Professor Ahmed Al-Rubai, I'm going to try not to butcher this word, Dr. Ahmed, a gastroenterologist, I think, at Bankstown Hospital. You can tell I'm not a doctor. And president of the Iraqi Australian Association, delivered an in-depth presentation on the impact of a healthy diet on overall well-being and health. We would also like to extend our special thanks to Mr. Rafiq Al-Aqabi for directing, editing the 3 workshop videos and for today's video coverage as well.
فعاليات لجنة المرأة في منتدى الجامعين العراقيين. نلتقي اليوم في هذا المكان الجميل وأجواء اجتماعية مشرقة جمع فيها المنتدى ولجنة المرأة جاليات عربية والجالية العراقية في نشاط ثقافي ونشاط متميز يقدم باكورة عمالة لنشاطات لجنة المرأة في هذه السنة، وأيضا من باب التثقيف والترفيه لأعضاء المنتدى وأيضا أعضاء الجالية العربية الموجودة هنا في أستراليا. من ضمن أفراد اللي حضروا اليوم أيضا مجموعة من اللاجئين الوافدين من سوريا ومن فلسطين أو من غزة تحديدا بعد الأحداث اللي صارت. فالنشاط أيضا موجه للاجئين الحاضرين أو اللاجئين القادمين من مناطق الصراعات في الشرق الأوسط. وهذا النشاط تقوم به لجنة المرأة ومنتدى الجامعين العراقيين هو لدعم وتثقيف مجموعة اللاجئين أو تثقيف الجالية اللاجئة الواصلة إلى أستراليا مؤخرا من سوريا ومن غزة من فلسطين في تحديث معلوماتهم واندماجهم في المجتمع الاسترالي.
نحن صرنا شهر ونص جايين على استراليا، واليوم طلعنا الاهتمام المنتدى الجامعي، وكتير كان يعني كتير مرتاحين ووقت ممتع كتير هون. كان الجو حلو كتير والفريق ما قصر معنا والله.
اليوم مسوين سفرة على تشجيع على الأكل الصحي، والثيم هو اللون الأصفر. حاولنا قد ما نقدر إنه نجمع الشغلات الخضروات الخضروات والأكل البي أصفر، لأن هواي أكو مجاميع إنه مجموعات الناس يمكن ما متطلعة عليها، فمركزين على الأكل الصحي اللي هواي أغراض إنه نشجع الجالية أو الجميع إنه يأكلون أكل صحي أكل بيه فوائد، فركزنا على هالنقطة هواية.
Today we are gathered here with our community, the Arabic community, Iraqi, Palestinians, Syrians, Lebanese, all communities, to have a morning picnic for the healthy cooking. And we'll have a lecture by Dr. Alia to give us a bit of her information about how to have a good healthy lifestyle. This is part of the CCSP funded program, and we appreciate to CCSP to fund this activity. This is a very friendly and family orientated activity. The purpose is to welcome our newcomers into Australia from Gaza and other countries, to make them feel comfortable at home, to build this inclusiveness and building a network with members of the community. We're very delighted to be part of this program, to provide a kind of community feeling for the new arrivals.
طبعا شكرا للجميع، شكرا للمنتدى الجامعي العراقي الاسترالي لدعوتهم لجمعيه غازا استراليا بروجرام، جمعيه البرنامج الاسترالي الغزي. طبعا احنا كثير بشرفنا نتواجد مع الاخوه من الجاليه العراقيه، لانه احنا نعتبر الجاليه العراقيه الموجوده باستراليا هي اقرب الجاليات للجاليه الغزويه، اجوا جميعا من حرب وصراعات موجودة في بلادنا، فأجوا جميعا فإحنا نتبادل الخبرات فيما بيننا. كتير إحنا على الصعيد البروفيشنال، صعيد العمل، استفدنا من المنتدى الجامعي العراقي الأسترالي كأطباء، كمهندسين، كجميع فئات المتعلمين الفلسطينيين اللي قادم من غزة. نشاطنا مع المنتدى لا يقتصر على الأكل الصحي لليوم، كان طبعا مع شكر الدكتورة علياء والأخت مايا على دعوتهم، لكن الافضل كثير استفدنا على المستويات اخرى غير موضوع الاكل الصحي.
السفرة البرتقالية كانت هي ختام السفرات، سلسلة السفرات اللي نظمها منتدى الجامعيين العراقي الأسترالي للتغذية الصحية لأخواننا الواصلين الجدد من غزة. أهلا وسهلا بهم اليوم بالسلسلة الثالثة من التغذية الصحية. تحدثنا اليوم عن الغذاء الصحي وعن فوائد الصيام المتقطع، وبالإضافة لهذا الشيء لأنه رمضان همينا قريب وراح يكون فرصة للصيام، تحدثنا عن فوائد الصيام وعن الصيام المتقطع، وشاركوا من الحاضرين أيضا بخبراتهم عن التغذية الصحية وعن الدايت الصحي. وأتمنى أنه هذه المعلومات كلها كانت مفيدة لكل أخواننا الواصلين الجدد من غزة، وكذلك لكل أخواننا العرب الحاضرين اليوم بهذه السفرة المميزة. شكرا جزيلا.
Today we are attending the third workshop of the series of healthy diet and cooking, which is organized by the Women and Design Committee in the Iraqi Australian University Graduate Forum. And on this occasion, the theme is the orange in color, which includes all the foods presented with all the healthy design and healthy details in orange. The workshop preceded by a very summarized, simplified presentation by Dr. Alia Al-Alusi, a general practitioner in the community and a member of the Iraqi Installation Medical Association, on the healthy diet and the diet used for weight reduction and diet during fasting. And it was very interactive presentation. The attendees range between the new arrival from Gaza, Palestinian, Jordanian, Syrian, Egyptian, in addition to Iraqis from all sects. This will be followed by the major celebration of the International Women's Days, which will be on the 5th of April.
طبعا ننظم منتدى الجامعيين العراقي الاسترالي السفرة الثالثة من ورشة العمل الأكل الصحي والطهي الصحي في أجواء الطبيعة الخلابة والبحر الحلو. هذه السفرة الثالثة اللي هي الأورنج ثيم، نسوي بها طبخ صحي، يشاركونا إخواننا الفلسطينيين والسوريين والجالية العربية قاطبة. هذا البارك الحلو ساعدونا بمنظمة SSI، جهزونا إياه والفيو الحلو وكل الفاسيلتيز موجودة، بلس الناس جايين ولابسين الثيم البرتقالي. عندنا أكل كلش هيلثي راح يكون بناء على مواصفات خاصة، كالوريز وتفاصيل راح تكون كلها احنا أخذناها بنظر الاعتبار حتى نحقق أهداف الورشات العمل اللي سويناها.
ورشة هدفها توعية صحية، الهدف منها توعية صحية للناس، الأكل الصحي، الأمراض المزمنة اللي يعاني منها الإنسان بسبب الأكل المو صحي، لأنه أكو مثل يقول you are what you eat، يعني أنت كل شيء بالحياة يعتمد على طريقة أكلك، فالأكل الصحي هو المفتاح للصحة.
Okay, as you can see, that was just a really short summary of the wonderful work that has been done and continues to be done with the community. This is just a highlight of the work, the hardship, everything that goes into organising these sessions. Not only do they address the health aspect of individuals and community members, but I think what's really, really important is that it tackles the disconnections that some community members might have with the wider community. So this is about inclusion, but it's also about people not feeling isolated. So a very, very welcome project, but also very, very one that is also very important for our community. The following segment will be dedicated to the many individual women that have made various contributions to our society. This is to honour their achievements, and it's a simple way of saying thank you for all that they have contributed throughout their work, their studies, but also as community leaders, but community members as well. So there will be a presentation segment, so please bear with me. There will be a few bios that I will have to read, but I'll assure you that you will get to meet some really, really wonderful people who have done a big, big difference in our community. Can I please ask Ms. Anne Stanley and Professor Ahmed to come up on stage to present the next 4 presentations and awards? Thank you. All right. Okay, so we will start with Dr. Farah Al-Nasri. Dr. Farah Al-Nasri is a leading researcher in mass gathering medicine, focusing on health risks and preventative measures in Iraq. Based at the University of Sydney, her work has significantly influenced public health strategies for large-scale events. During the COVID-19 pandemic, she co-advised Iraqi's Ministry of Health, shaping crucial preventative measures. Additionally, She is dedicated to mentoring Iraqi medical students, equipping them with research and data collection skills to address healthcare challenges in their communities. Please make Dr. Farah Al-Nasiri come. Welcome. You two get to stay. The next person will be Dr. Basima Al-Nasari. Dr. Basima Al-Nasri is a global health researcher specializing in addiction medicine with a focus on alcohol treatment in Muslim majority countries. Her multilingual research, published in leading journals, highlights the needs of culturally diverse populations in alcohol policy and treatment. She leads impactful projects on mass gathering health in Iraq and alcohol treatment for CALD populations in Australia. A strong advocate for women's issues, she represents New South Wales in the Australian Federal Department of Home Affairs and played a key role in Iraq's integration into the International Society of Addiction Medicine, fostering global collaboration in addiction medicine. Please come up on stage. Dina Al-Nashi is the CEO of Al-Nasr and Al-Nashi United Company in Kuwait. A civil engineering graduate from the University of Sydney, she began her career as an acoustic consultant in Australia before joining her family's construction and contracting business in Kuwait. She later established the first acoustic consultancy firm in the country. She has played a key role in strengthening Australian-Kuwaiti business ties, serving as president of the Australian Business Group in Kuwait and a member of the Australian Embassy's Business Advisory Group. A strong advocate for women's empowerment, she led NNUC to become one of the first regional companies to sign the UN Women's Empowerment Principles. Recognized as one of the 100 most influential women in the Arab world by Arabian Business in 2021, she was appointed in 2024 as a board member of DFAT's Council for Australian Arab Relations. Unfortunately, Dina couldn't be with us here tonight, but we have Dr. Bushra, who is her auntie, to come up here and accept the award on her behalf. Wonderful. Rachel Mansford, originally from the UK and now based in Sydney. Rachel has a background in literature, history and museum studies. Her career spans roles in not-for-profits and cultural institutions, with a strong focus on social justice, community empowerment, and amplifying marginalised voices. She currently works at START, supporting trauma recovery for refugees by strengthening frontline services. With expertise in project management and operations, she also brings 30 years of yoga practice and is a devoted mother of two. Her work and life reflect a deep commitment to cultural heritage, social equity, and community well-being. Please make her feel welcome. Thank you both, Professor and Anne. I will ask Councillor Emmanuel Ejay and Ms. Carmen Lazar to come up and present the next 4 awards, please. Thank you. Okay. Susan Jabur. Arriving in Australia at 19, Susan Jabur built a new life while balancing family and education. She earned a degree in community welfare and worked across government and non-government sectors, assisting migrant families with settlement and integration. For the past 8 years, she has been a multicultural community liaison officer with Fairfield City Police, fostering connection between law enforcement and the community. During the COVID-19 pandemic, she became a trusted public figure, using various media platforms to educate and support the community, particularly in the highly affected Fairfield area. Please welcome. Congratulations. Dr. Ola Zaidan's extraordinary career began by fleeing the Baghdad war zone to earn her dental degree with distinction in the UAE in 2007, migrated to Australia and received a scholarship, graduating with honours and earning a graduate certificate in clinical dentistry from Melbourne University in 2011. After successfully completing the Australian Dental Council examination and practicing in both public and private sectors, in 2024 she achieved dux of her batch in a graduate diploma in clear aligner therapy from Bolton University in London and earned the International Academy for Dental Facial Aesthetics certificate from New York. Please, come on. Congratulations. Next, we have Munes Mansoubi. Munes is a key advocate for social cohesion and community well-being, playing a vital role in transforming the Community Refugee Welcome Centre into a thriving engagement hub. Known for her strong collaboration skills, she builds meaningful relationships with stakeholders and tailors projects to meet community needs. A dedicated team player, she consistently contributes to award-winning initiatives, including the Salvo's Welcome Project Award and the New South Wales Local Government Excellence Award, showcasing her commitment to impactful community work. Please join us, Mones. Congratulations, Munes. Samah is a dedicated advocate for displaced communities and refugees, working both in Australia and internationally. She has served as an engagement expert with the UN Refugee Agency and as a lived experience advisor for the Settlement Council of Australia. Leading a global research project on refugee information needs and higher education access in Uganda, she combines her expertise in international development with storytelling through her initiative Unbound Stories. As a keynote speaker, she amplifies refugee voices and drives policy changes through the Refugee Stories for Change program that is managed by the Refugee Council of Australia. Samah holds degrees in political science and a Master of Philosophy from UNSW, using her lived experience to bridge personal narratives with impactful advocacy. Please welcome to the stage my very dear friend, Samah. Congratulations. Thank you very much, you too. Thank you. Okay, for the next 3 awards, can I please ask Ms. Chu Lee and Councillor Samir Youssef to come up on stage to award the next recipients, please. Yes, okay. Shahad Shahab, with an Iraqi heritage, she said that she embarked on her academic journey in pharmacy, earning her bachelor's degree from Jordan in 2010. The following year, she migrated to Australia, where she dedicated herself to obtaining accreditation for her qualifications. Through it's a typo, sorry. Through her ongoing commitment, she successfully became a registered pharmacist in Australia. Driven by passion for continuous learning and professional growth, she pursued a graduate diploma in general ultrasound, achieving registration as a general sonographer. Please welcome Shahad to receive her award. Congratulations. Next, we have Aida Al-Saifi with a journalism and media degree from the British International University in 2022. She has begun an active media profession since 2014, a member of the Australian Journalists Association since 2018. She has worked as an editor for several Australian newspapers, including the Iraqi Australian newspaper, the Lebanese Telegraph, and the Arab Australian magazine. She has played a key role in cultural and media advocacy, serving as the chairwoman of the Women's Committee for Culture and Media at the Bihya Yahana Association and Mandi. In 2022, she founded the Mesopotamian Social Association, organizing humanitarian and cultural initiatives, including art exhibitions and festivals. For the past 3 years, she has been actively engaged with the Mandaean Sabian Association, promoting social and religious education. In 2024, she co-founded the Mandaean Australian Social Club and has served as a media representative for Asfa Theatrical Arts Group. Please come on. Next, we have Nariman Abdul Razak, holds a bachelor's degree in statistics from the University of Baghdad. She migrated to Australia in 2000, where she has successfully continued her career as a businesswoman. Alongside her professional journey, she pursued studies in community services and has worked with special needs children and the elderly, providing support and encouragement. In 2014, Nariman began volunteering with the Women and Children's Committee of the Sabian Mandain Association in Australia, serving both her own and other communities in Liverpool. She later became a board member and chaired the Social Committee from 2022 to 2024. Through her role, she has been instrumental in organising social events that foster unity and togetherness. Please come on. Okay, next we have Tabarak Mahmoud. So Tabarak is an Iraqi woman who moved to Australia in 2013. She has successfully completed a master's degree in medical physics from the University of Wollongong. And in 2023, and has extensive expertise across various domains of medical radiation physics, such as nuclear medicine and diagnostic radiology. Currently, Tabarak serves as a consultant health physicist at the Australian Nuclear Science and Technology Organisation, where she leverages her technical skills to ensure the safe use of radiation in various applications. She is known for her problem-solving abilities, meticulous attention to detail, and commitment to advancing radiation safety standards. Please come on stage. Thank you so much. Next, I would like to call Mr. Paul Power and Miss Maeve Brown and Emmanuel Sara to come on stage and present the next awards, please. Just bear with me. Okay, Sandra Abu Shaba. Sandra Abu Shaba was born in Iraq and grew up amidst political instability and conflict. In 2014, when ISIS took control of parts of Iraq, she was forced to flee for safety. After overcoming these challenges, she arrived in Australia in 2016, where she began rebuilding her life. Sandra completed her Year 12 education in Iraq and went on to earn a diploma of legal services from TAFE, New South Wales in 2017, showcasing her dedication to personal and professional development. Since 2023, she has been actively involved in community work as the Office Manager of Settlement Engagement and Transition Officer for the Chaldean League of New South Wales in Mount Druitt. In these roles, she assisted individuals in adapting to life in Australia. Currently pursuing a Bachelor's of Law at Charles Darwin University, Sandra aims to enhance her ability to support others through legal advocacy. Please come on, Sandra. Congratulations. You guys can stay. Okay, next we have Eva Ishu is an inspiring figure with a remarkable journey rooted in her dedication to her Assyrian community. Eva graduated from the Commerce High School in Kirkuk and worked as an accountant, serving for 29 years at the Northern Petroleum Company. After 2003, Eva expanded her advocacy work by joining the Assyrian Women's Union as the head of the union here in Australia. Eva fled her homeland in 2014 and sought refuge in Australia. Eva continued her mission by becoming a member of the Assyrian Women's Organisation in Sydney. Her dedication to empowering women and preserving the Assyrian heritage remains a central part of her inspiring journey. Eva's hard work, commitment and dedication for her nation has also seen her volunteer with Zaw'a Incorporated through their many activities and programs. Please come on stage, Eva. Congratulations, Eva. Okay. Lizzie Wong, Chair of the Fiji Diaspora Women's Alliance, is a dedicated advocate for Pacifica women, leading initiatives to empower their health, well-being and safety. As a power ambassador for the Pacific Cancer Screening Project last year with PWPBN, she raised awareness on early detection and screening. Committed to systemic change, Lizzie works to enhance women's economic, social and cultural opportunities. She also advocates against domestic family violence, raising awareness and amplifying Pacifica women's voices to end violence. Please, Lizzie, come on stage. Last but not least, Tan Thi Nguyen. Born in Vietnam, she arrived in Australia in 1994 seeking a better life. In 2007, she began volunteering as a tax help assistant under the ATO program and at VCA for 4 years, assisting individuals with Centrelink forms, tax file number applications, and other essential documents. Her passion for helping others led her to pursue community services at TAFE, where she completed birth certificate 4 and a diploma to enhance her ability to support the community professionally. For nearly a decade, she has been working at Core Community Services, assisting clients through the Refugee and Migrant Settlement Program. She specialises in supporting women and children escaping domestic violence, providing case management, safety planning, emergency housing, financial assistance and referrals to help them rebuild their lives in Australia. She finds joy in empowering others, just as she once received support on her own journey. Congratulations, Dan. Thank you very much. I know that we have a lot to get through, and I promise it'll just get better and better as we move through our program. So what I would like to do now is there'll be a short panel discussion that I myself found very intriguing, and I think you all will find it. And I promise you there'll be plenty of time for entertainment and having, conversations with each other and so forth. So I ask you to kindly stay with us until the end of the program, and it would be lovely to have you all here. So I would like to welcome on stage Petra Taouk Al-Hindi, who's a human interest journalist. Yes, please give her Okay, who is obviously a human interest journalist, television and radio presenter, producer and talk show host that has a profound experience of more than 20 years in the media industry on both radio and television platforms in Australia and Lebanon. Petra has earned a master's degree in educational psychology, graduate studies in spiritual accompaniment, and an undergraduate degree in journalism. Her expertise in communication, along with the psychology of human behavior, enriched her content writing and gave her a special perspective for her journalistic career and knowledge in content writing and media production. Petra will moderate the discussion on the panel, and she will introduce the panelists who will join us tonight. Petra, now I would like to ask you to welcome the panelists and give an introduction.
Masal khair. Good evening, everyone. It is of my pleasure and honor to be among you tonight, to be enriched by the journey of three distinctive women who mark the world one day at a time, one act at a time, who are the desired change that surpasses the call for change, who lead with femininity and impress with a knowledgeable heart and a heartful mind, who shape the world and shake the world with that assertive gentleness and that storm with a breathe. بتاء التأنيث لأنه الحياة ولأنه الكلمة أنثى. Allow me to introduce three remarkable women who will outpour their harvest of the journey and place their experience in our hands. Mahasti Askari. Mahasti is a proud Iranian-born Mandaean with extensive experience in combating domestic violence and homelessness. She's an activist in social sector with various leading roles at Liverpool and Fairfield Domestic Violence Court Advocacy Scheme, Lewis Place and Alice Springs Women's Shelter in Northern Territory. Mahasti as well is currently managing Women and Girls Emergency Center that is overseeing crisis accommodation, transitional housing, and staying home, leaving violence programs. Mahasti is a member of the Department of Home Affairs Women's Reference Group. Welcome, Mahasti. Allow me to welcome Dr. Hawra Abdullah Al-Naqshbandi, Iraqi-born physician who celebrates motherhood in a white robe, graduating with a Bachelor of Medicine and General Surgery from Al-Muntasiriyya University College of Medicine, 2007. She's a member of the Iraqi Board of Diagnostic Radiology in 2019. She leads various positions in the Iraqi Ministry of Health and has been serving lately as a consultant radiologist in the Oncology Teaching Hospital in the medical city in Baghdad. Dr. Hawra joined Macquarie University Hospital in 2025 upon her arrival to Australia. Welcome, Dr. Hawra. Last but not least, Professor Ula Ghanoum, a Lebanese-born Australian plant scientist. She specialized in photosynthesis at Western University. She leads the ARC Training Center for Smart and Sustainable Horticulture. Sadly, Dr. Ula couldn't make it, couldn't be with us tonight. She lost her brother yesterday, and allow us to join Dr. Ula in offering our heartfelt prayers and deepest sympathy upon the loss of her brother. I'll join the remarkable ladies. It's a Q&A session, and I would love to thank you for sharing your journey, your story as remarkable women among us tonight. Dr. Mahasti, I'll start with you. Let's journey together. Am I pronouncing your name right? Mahasti. So let's journey together to a defining moment in your pathway to self-actualization, an unending journey. Where was that transformational moment, Mahasti?
Sure. I'd like to start my speech also by acknowledging the traditional custodian of the Wangal people where we're meeting today, and acknowledge their continuous connection with lands and water and culture, and also acknowledge the pain and the suffering all the Aboriginal women and children that they've gone through. And let's hope for the day that no women and children has to go through any suffering by any reason. I'm actually more comfortable. Oh, no, to speak without the microphone. Anyway, the start of my journey, I suppose, I'd like to go back on the days. That was about 1995. I was 17 years old, and that's where I left my parents' home, and I went to a different city, you know, like quite far from home, to study, to live and study in a British college in south of Iran, and that's where I took that opportunity, let's say, by having that confidence that in myself, that it was seen obviously in my parents, and the trust that put on, you know, like on me to hold myself accountable and stay responsible for the choices that I make, and that self-worth and that confidence was the set for me to start my journey. That opportunity was quite a significant privilege, because I was one of the only 5 women, let's say, from my very small community, the Mandarin community in south of Iran, that was given that chance to enter university, you know, at that time. And
that's remarkable.
It is remarkable, and that was the beginning of my journey.
That's the beginning of that journey. Dr. Hawra, is there a transformational moment, if I may say, in your journey?
I will first want to thank you so much for having me, and it is a very honor and a pleasure for me to sit here. Actually, I would say something that probably it's not expected. I did not see myself succeeding yet, because for me, success is not an final destination. It's a journey.
An ending journey.
Yeah, it is a journey, and I'm still working on the path. I think the big pivotal point was the decision to move from Iraq. Because back there in my country, I had everything. I had my career. I was working in one of the best hospitals in Iraq. I had my community, my connection. I was even living in one of the most beautiful suburbs in Baghdad, in a very nice home. But there was still something inside me that's telling me that you can do more.
Another call.
Yeah, that you can do more. And I really, really wanted to work in a place that have a high standard, the standard of patient care that meets the much standard of care that I want to provide to patients. Actually, this was almost unachievable in Iraq, and that leads me to Australia, where I think I have a lot of ambitions and a lot of dreams still to be unfolded.
So as we hear, both your experiences speak of leaving a comfort zone, be it a home, be it a country, this unending departure. Let's speak about failure. Ladies, failure that is a core component of success, failure that is the fabric of success, if I may say. What were the major challenges you have faced, Mahasti, and how did you overcome them? How do you define failure?
we all have a different understanding of failure. For me, failure is a new beginning.
Wow.
And that was exactly how, let's say, my journey, to grab into that self-strength that there was always there on me to turn my pain and put it under my feet as the steps to fly higher. So, speaking of the challenges that I faced, I migrated to Australia. I was still 24 years old when I came to Australia, and very soon I found myself with 2 broken marriages, no parents, all these cross-cultural barriers, and 3 children. And here we go, it was me and myself and my children and all those vulnerability that I was carrying. I suppose we are born with IQs, and schools and universities, they teach you so much skills, and but that soft human skills that we need mostly to survive hardship and pain, to turn it to success, is that emotional intelligence. So here we go, I was quite vulnerable and I didn't know what to do. My vulnerability was coming from my fear, the fear of uncertainty, that I've had 3 children and what am I going to do to do next to survive and to live, and all that feeling, after my separation, that I was deep carrying inside me of, like feeling like guilt, like shame, of being a divorced woman. I was breaking that conventional, like set life, style and traditional, way of family living, and going to start a new journey and build a future for myself and my children. So that vulnerability, the moment that I started accepting that and accepting the fact that I was the sole responsible, to heal myself and to start that journey, and accepting that vulnerability and sitting there and listening to that inner self that it was crying, and it was that little girl, bright, smart, full of love, full of life, and wanting to live and continue to have a dream and allow my also children to have that life. So I faced that fear instead of sitting there and weeping. I faced that fear to overcome that fear and not let it to become a barrier, and grabbing to the support that it was around me, and grabbing it to myself strength and working hard and turning that to a place of success where many years, here we go, I'm sitting here and I can speak very freely and confidently about that moment.
Can we celebrate her brokenness? Transforming pain into gain, touching our inner wounds and inner child. Thank you for sharing those vulnerable moments. How do you define failure, Dr. Hawra? And I suppose it is very scary to journey to the unknown.
Yeah, well, failure in working as a doctor, I call it like it is walking side by side with success. So we almost every day make wrong decisions. We almost make every day wrong diagnosis in my perspective. But on the other side, we do 99 correct things. So I don't like to call them failure, as Dr. Mahasti called them, that's challenges. I faced a lot of challenges in my life. Of course, moving here was one of the biggest ones. I just went from one of the most successful, well-known radiologists in Iraq to someone who is a stranger, who all my qualifications are questionable and need to be re-advocated, and that was also with an accent. So it's not the working in medicine and in radiology is depending largely upon communication and upon the people that you know. So losing people and communications that you've made back in the previous 40 years in your life is not an easy. And I had a lot of other challenges that probably different from other challenges that every immigrant had, which were passing an exam for qualification of my general radiology board.
After being a leading radiologist.
Since I just moved, I had to do my radiology board exam, and I had to I also was having an exam in subspecialty, something called subspecialty, which is more specialized course, which I have in breast imaging right now. And I also have to prove myself as a radiologist and as a doctor in the hospital. When I first came in the hospital and I started working, everybody was questioning, who's that person who came from the third world and taking care of our patients? So it wasn't easy, but being here now, I think before I came here, I had some numbers. I checked the numbers of breast imaging patients who were sent to the hospital that I'm working in, Macquarie Hospital. I noticed that almost all the number of the patients are doubled as compared to the last year in the same month, which I wasn't here. So I think this is a big success. Most of the surgeons now are refusing to send patients to the hospital where I am in a leave. So I'm really happy to what I have achieved, but as I said that I still have a lot of challenges to pass.
Wow. We celebrate those blessed beginnings after a journey of achievements, and thank you for sharing those fragile moments. Let's go back to those fragile moments, Mahasti, where you feel at your lowest, where you just stand before your inner child broken. I failed twice in my marriage. I'm alone with 3 kids. I am weak. I am vulnerable. What do you tell yourself in that moment, practically? How do you shift your mindset to redefine your experience and embrace those vulnerabilities?
I stayed committed, very much committed toward taking care of myself and embracing what I had, not focusing on what I didn't have. And that self-commitment and self-respect and self-love that we can sit down and talk forever about it, that was the foundation for me to work harder. And instead of sitting there to ask the question, what happened, whose fault was it, or it was fair or unfair, I kept focusing to move forward. I did not look, behind or to the past, and I kept focusing into the journey, into the recovery part of the journey. Of course, it was never easy, and till today it's not easy, and it will never be easy. There is always challenges, there is always up and down, working hard, continue to learn, and also continue, or let's say, started to giving back. That's another way of, love is not just, it's about receiving, it's also about giving. So started continue back to the community and build that network, be surrounded by those people that they are my type, they were my herd, they were my tribe. I always want to be with them, and that's how I can really stay
Amazing. Keeping your
Building
eyes
always.
towards that bright tomorrow. The tomorrow has endless promises. Dr. Hawra, how about your mindset shifts in times where you shiver from fear in that unknown and this uncertainty?
I think it's consistency and resilience. Making small steps, but continuous steps. Like even getting my degrees that I've get back in Iraq were not easy. So I have developed a lot of habits and mindsets that make me much better in time management and making the best of every single moment. So for example, I always listen to educational video when I drive, also watch videos while doing house chores. So time management and creating a good ideas and like new ways of creating time where nobody sees is one of the best, because you can, it's the same 24 hours that everybody have, but you can use it in your own way. And also standing up after every single fall I had. I think it's also something important that makes the changes that I think is, yeah.
Amazing. We fall, yet we stand up. We cannot conclude. I can keep on going till tomorrow. Probably we often read a book. We seldomly read each other's lives, and that's a big honor to sit here among you and listen to your stories. We cannot conclude without marking the day. Mahasti, what does it mean to be a woman?
I like to use a slogan of the latest demonstration that has still happening back in Iran, Zan Zindagi Azadi, women, life and liberty.
Wow.
Women's, we are humans and we are mothers and we are daughters and we are wives, so we're a gift. We are truly a gift in this in this universe. And I also like to refer to a very, very close quote to my heart that it's been sitting there for years and it will continue to do so, from a writer, a book called Outrageous Openness from Tusha Silver. She's a Jewish background American astronomist, where she described the divine as, what if there is a organizational principle within us that's controlling everything? And what if we all have that inner suitor or lover within us that writing us love letters every day that often goes unopened and unnoticed? That love that we are seeking, it's inside us. And that is the first point for all of us, to self-value ourselves as a woman and not let any situation or anything or any reason to bring us down or to break us, or not to let us live our best and to the best of our potential as a human first, and as a woman second.
Thank you, Mahasti. Dr. Hawra, أنت امرأة. أنت الحياة في امرأة. What does it mean to be a woman?
So being a woman, I think, is one of the hardest things. We have a lot of battles that we fight that sometimes they go unseen, especially men, a lot of battles that men do not know anything about. Like simple things, and sometimes are complicated things that we are every day standing in front of our mirror and thinking, what should I wear tomorrow? Or I've just gone some few kilos, or just my hair is not going right. These are a few battles that they really matters in our life, and they are really difficult, but sometimes that we are not talking about. So passing these complicated, simple things, as well as being a backbone of a family, and studying, working, and also leading outside home, is something I'm really, really proud of, and I will happy to do it every single day more and more. And I will really just tell every woman that since you've been able to do all of this, you are not something small. You are so big, so great, and you can do more.
Mahasti Askari, Dr. Hawra al-Naqshbandi, thank you for sharing part of your story and placing it in our hands. Thank you for your attentiveness.
Pedro, I've been, asked and instructed to ask you the same questions that were, given to our lovely panelists, and we would love to hear your take on the journey of women, on the resilience of women, and the courage of women day in, day out. So not only through the questions that you asked the panel, but also from your own personal experience.
It's much easier to ask, it's harder to answer. I'm a woman, I'm a mother of two amazing treasures, my son and daughter. Many people know about me, very few know me, know my story. I am Lebanese, and I think that's enough to speak about how many, many times I had to reinvent myself. But I think to keep it short, I embrace pain, I embrace vulnerability, I use them as the fabric to write, dream, and cry. My tears are words. I use them a lot to be who I am today. I love listening to women specifically who probably shared my vulnerability as well. But I think the aha moment in my life, the transformational moment, was that when I realized that the whole universe lies within. Heavens lies within. All the answers lie within. My destination is within. My home is within. And that ultimate purpose is within. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Pedro. I would like to ask Professor Ahmed and Dr. Bushra to come on stage. Please, panelists, stay. Mahasti, please come and receive this honorary award. Can I please ask Dr. Hawra al-Naqshbandi? I'm sorry, Dr. Hawra. Can I please ask Petra Taouk Al-Hindi to come up and receive her award? And Professor Ola Ghanoun, who couldn't be with us today, but can I please ask Wafa?
we call Wafa Jaha, our other member in the steering committee of the academic forum, to join on her behalf.
Thank you very, very much, panelists.